So empower yourself, join the right community, be with the right friends, have the right plans, share your plans with the right people, people that will be positive. Not everybody will share your dream. And like I said, the law of attraction will attract the people that are in line with your dream to you. So don't be afraid when you have some people. You need to get rid of those people that are negative. That's just the basic truth. Get rid of them. When you see somebody that, ask yourself, always ask the why, like I said earlier. Ask yourself, why do I have a relationship with this person that is always negative? What is the positive they add to my life? Welcome to Bows, and thanks for joining me today. I'm really excited that you are watching this. If you're someone who has been following and you're a subscriber, thank you for joining. And if this is your first time, yes, I'm really excited that you are here. You are in the right community where we share life hacks and support people in answering those big questions that have remained unanswered. We support individuals to find their purpose, to find their voice, to communicate their message and be a better version of themselves. So welcome to this community. We're glad to have you, and thanks for watching. Today we're going to be discussing something very, very important, and that is the positive power of taking ownership without fear in difficult times. Times are difficult, isn't it? I've said it several times in several episodes. The world has changed. Lots of people have changed. The way people think have changed. The way things are done have changed. The way we socialize have changed. Lots of social distancing policy, and we don't even know what the future holds. Are you scared? Are you worried? Positive attitude. We're taking ownership of how we react to what the world holds. Is it a concern for you? This is for you. I want you to stay to the end because I'm going to be sharing some hacks, some tips on how we can take ownership of our fear and manage how we deal with what social distancing policy has put right in front of us, what the world is throwing at us, what difficulties we are facing, and how we can manage them positively and survive. At the beginning of the year, did you have a plan in regards to your business and that plan is nowhere to be found? Did you have a plan in regards to where you want your family to be? Do you have a plan in regards to your own improvement? But all has been put on hold and you don't know where you're going to. And of course, we've actually said, 2-3 months we're okay and things are getting better, and then things begin to change again. And you're scared. It's time for you to use the positive power to overcome that fear. Yes, there is power in staying positive, in seeing the brighter side of things. I'll share with you. At some point in my life, I was going through a hard time, and it was so bad that every time I woke up, I was always angry. I woke up an angry woman, unfortunately, And even my husband said, why is it that when you wake up every morning, you are always angry, And it was sort of a reflection, I had to step back and say, that's actually true. When I wake up, I either find something my husband has done or something that I had done the night before and I wasn't able to accomplish, and I slept with that and woke up angry because I have not been able to achieve what I wanted. And then I made it important that I needed to resolve this. So firstly, the first point is you being positive is a choice. So I made the decision, I made it my choice to wake up a happy woman. I made up my mind to wake up in the morning and be happy because I decided to be intentional. I didn't allow everything that was around me to cloud how I behaved. I'll come to other points. So, being positive can go a long way because it is intentional. It is something that you need to decide on your own to be positive and overcome those fears. At that time, whenever I go to bed, I had so many fears. I had so many things I was worried about. I had so many deadlines that I had given to myself. I had so many plans that I didn't know how to address. And that began to affect how I reacted. I wasn't really positive about it. I slept with it. I woke up with it, and I was just stagnant. I was in the same place. And that was affecting so many things about me. But I decided to make a choice to be positive. And that's the same thing with being successful. If you want to be successful, you have to make a conscious choice to be successful. If you have a plan, you have a business, and of course the world is throwing so many things about you, you have to be intentional. You have to decide in your mind that yes, irrespective of the fears, I am taking ownership of every situation that the world is throwing at me to remain positive and see the brighter side of what I intend to do. When I came into the United Kingdom and I did my BSc, and at some point I had to be on my own and I had to survive. But I made a conscious decision that other people had made it on their own in this country, had achieved their goals on their own. Sadly, there are some people that don't even have parents and they survive on their own. They're successful on their own. So I made a choice to achieve, to get to the top level of being educated. Yes, it was a conscious choice. And of course, I had to make so many sacrifices. So when you are making conscious choices, it comes with sacrifices. You have to sacrifice lots of things. So I had to make so many sacrifices to ensure that I was positive about where I was going to. I took ownership of everything that came to me. Even when I didn't have a job, I accepted that was the situation. I didn't allow it to weigh me down. That did not stop me from studying. That did not stop me from searching for jobs. That did not stop me from having a plan. I had a clear vision of where I wanted to be. So firstly, I would say again, it is your choice to be positive, and it is only you that can help yourself to remain positive in whatever situation you find yourself. Now, the second point is, if you're scared and you have a negative attitude, it affects the people around you. It extends to the people around you. So when my husband noticed that I was always angry in the morning and all that, and I made the conscious plan to observe myself, to look at how I reacted, I also observed that my negative attitude, not being happy, extended to him. Extended to my daughter, unfortunately, because she always kept asking me, "Are you happy? Are you happy, mommy?" So you need to think about the fact that when you are not positive, when you are not taking ownership of your situation, it extends to the people around you, and that thread begins to go on because you take it to work, they take it to work. That's your family, the people that are close to you, they take it to work. It extends. So you need to be conscious, because when you're positive and you have lots of fears, it extends to other people. It reflects to how other people react, how they reply you, and how they behave as well. Not forgetting that they have their own fears as well. These people have their own fears. So your fears and their fears piles up together. And of course, they have so many things going on around them, isn't it? So you need to be very careful and think of when you need to ask the why questions in most times. Why am I being negative? Why am I scared? Why am I scared? Am I afraid to fail? Or am I afraid of what the future holds? Or am I afraid that I am going to go back? You need to be clear about them and take a pen and paper and write them down. And then what I did was I made up my mind that whenever I open my eyes in the morning, I said, I am happy. That's what I did. Sometimes I didn't say it aloud. Sometimes I just said it in my mind. I always said, I am happy. And it worked magic. I observed myself for a couple of weeks and I realized that I got better. I got better with time. There is power in how you remain positive. If you have negative thoughts, everything around you will be negative. When you do things, it will be negative. It won't be as fruitful as you want it to be. You would have setback. The other thing is when you have negative thoughts and you are not positive in your mind, the things that come out from your mind are negative. They are not positive. So you need to be very careful as well. Because whatever is in your mind, whatever fears you have, as the sort of things that you speak from your mouth. And then you keep complaining. You keep complaining. You complain to your friends. You complain to your families. You complain to everybody around you. Stephen Hawking said, if you complain a lot, people would not help you. People would not want to move close to you. Have you thought of that? The other thing is, how many people have you complained to? Think about it. How you complained to 1 or 2 times and have helped you. When you complain too much, when you are negative, people would want to stay far from you. But when you're a happy person, when you're excited, you're always smiling, you see the positive side of things, people would want to attract that energy. The law of attraction, the people that want happiness will want to come close to you. That's very, very key. You also need to choose the community in which you find yourself. The community you find yourself is very, very key. I'll tell you a secret today. The community in which you belong to automatically brings in a mindset shift. And of course, you want a mindset to remain positive. If you're in a community where people utter negative comments, where people are negative about things that you share with them, where people are not positive about the situation, then everything that goes around the aura that you reflect is negative, and then your fears begin to pile up. You need to be very careful and choose the kind of community you find yourself very, very carefully. I was in a conference on Saturday. I attended the conference very late. It was a women's conference, and the environment. It was an online webinar, but the environment was the kind of community I wanted to find myself, where everyone was positive, everyone wanted to be empowered, And that is the kind of community you need to find yourself. So if you want to take ownership of your fears, you need to ask yourself, am I in the right community? How many of you have thought or have said or have had a reflection that the kind of friends I keep, do they affect how I behave? Do they affect how I overcome my fears? Do they affect how I am handling the situation in which the world is throwing at me? Take a step back. Take a pen and write it down. Somebody said to me a couple of years back that take 5 of your friends and write down their income, divide it by 5, and that is your value. So get an average of what 5 of your friends earn, and that is your own value. You need to value, you need to think of, put a price tag on the community that is it a community? I'm not saying here we're going to parties, we gossip a lot. Yeah, who doesn't gossip, it's not, but is it a community where you are empowering each other? You're supporting each other to overcome your fears. You're supporting each other to be a better version of yourself. You are always positive as opposed to being negative. And in situations where where life throws big things at you, you sit down and you break them down. You break them down and have a proper discussion on how you are going to resolve those issues. Think about the community you are in. Think about the kind of friends you keep. Think about the relationship that you have. And that takes me to my next point. Be careful on who you discuss your plans with, because the people you discuss your plans with is either they make it worse and your fears increases, it piles up your fears, or they help you to overcome those fears. Now, do not forget that this is based on experience, when you're talking to somebody or you're sharing something with a person, close or distant, they would only give you a feedback based on their experience. They would give you a feedback based on what is going on in their own life. So if you have somebody that is negative themselves and you're sharing your plans with them, you're sharing your fears with them, what do you expect to get? You're going to get something negative. And that also relates to our relationship. In marriage, when you're having a partner, you're having an intimate relationship. Unfortunately, subconsciously, when you're having intimate relationship, if that person in itself is negative, they would somehow transfer that to you. So you need to be very careful. You need to be very careful. When you move around negative people and you share your plans with them, and they would only share to you or give you feedback on negativity. That's just what it is. Sometimes it's not their fault, but it's just the way life is. It is not everyone that will be happy with your plan. Be very careful of who you allow into your own space, because if you allow negative people into your space, you would subconsciously take part in their emotions. So you need to be very careful. Another point I would like to share is you need to empower yourself. Sometimes it can be very hard to stay positive in difficult times. It is very hard, especially when you don't even know what the next thing that would happen in the next few hours, and you have lots of fear. It is very difficult. You need to empower yourself so that you are functioning at the pace that you want to be. And how can you do this? Watch motivational videos like this. I've had a couple of people that say that all these motivational speakers, but you don't understand the power of listening to motivational talk. You are just, if you were on 50, you go straight up to 80 because you have the drive. Some of them share their experiences. It's an opportunity to make connection. It's an opportunity to learn from people. If you're not even a fan of motivational videos, read books. Read online books, read audios, those things. Empower yourself to be positive, because the moment you keep empowering yourself consistently, you begin to take ownership of every fear, because you begin to see it as something small, that although this is what it is now, I am going to make sacrifices to overcome this fear, and I am going to succeed in the end. So empower yourself, join the right community, be with the right friends, have the right plans, share your plans with the right people, people that will be positive. Not everybody will share your dream. And like I said, the law of attraction will attract the people that are in line with your dream to you. So don't be afraid when you have some people. You need to get rid of those people that are negative. That's just the basic truth. Get rid of them. When you see somebody that, ask yourself, always ask the why, like I said earlier. Ask yourself, why do I have a relationship with this person that is always negative? What is the positive they add to my life? Because you want to empower yourself to be better. So you need to ask those why questions so that you are able to get rid of those people that will remain positive. Because all they will do is they will cloud your mindset, and you do not want them to do that. You do not want the negative people to cloud your mindset. You want to empower yourself and find yourself within the right community. Listen to those motivational videos that will help set you, that would help you put you on the right track, that would help you achieve your milestones that you have put in your plans. Tell me you're going to do that today. In the comment, if you are enjoying this, I want you to put it in the comment that I will find myself in the right community. Place yourself appropriately, because placing yourself appropriately helps you to achieve your goals. Placing yourself in the right community helps you to achieve your goals, because you mingle with people of like minds. You mingle with people that support your dream. Not even everyone will understand. Unfortunately, not everyone will understand your plans. Not everyone will understand your vision. And that is okay. That is okay. You also need self-control. Yes, you need to be able to set rules and be focused. Now, when I mean set rules and be focused, or when I talk about you need to get rid of people, I'm not saying you get rid of your family and friends, but you need to have boundaries, because of course, when you achieve this beautiful thing that you intend to achieve in your plan, who would enjoy with you, So you don't want to get rid of the people that are close to you, but be careful of what you say to people that are negative. And so you need clear rules, set boundaries, be focused. Be focused, and that all comes in with self-control. Importantly, self-control. Be able to control how you make certain decisions, how you make decisions on who you are getting rid of, how you make decisions on who you are discussing your plan with, how you're making decisions on the community that you're going to find yourself in. You need to be able to control those things. Pay careful attention and write them down. The power of writing things down, I'll share with you. Sometimes you might say, I'll think about them in my mind, but when you write them down, it helps you to be clear on the if and thens. So if this happens, then this is what I would do. If this happens, this is what I would do. If this person throws this at me, this is what I would do. And don't let anybody throw just anything at you, because you need to ask them why. Because sometimes you need to also think about, when they are throwing those things at you, you need to think about the fact that they also have their problems, they have their fears. So in the world we find ourselves in, and we are scared of this new normal, we have all these affairs, we have difficult times. You should be able to control this by seeing the positive side of everything that has happened, and that comes with creativity. Be very creative with everything that you do. Take your time and look at, how can I do this better? How can I enjoy social? Don't look at it as social distancing. Look at it as, We cannot see ourselves physically, but we can still enjoy ourselves. We can still achieve our dreams without seeing ourselves physically. I can be who I want to be without having to meet people in the restaurants or in the shops or be at work. You can be 100% where you want to be without physical contact. So do not allow the world where you find yourself in affect your positive mind shift, your positive mindset. Overcome these fears, overcome this negativity by being assertive, by being affirmative, and stand by it, by controlling everything that comes out of your mouth, everything that you think, every community that you find yourself in. And trust me, everything that would radiate around you will be positivity. I am talking from experience. It was a very hard time for me. I was all negative. I was depressed. I didn't see the good things that I had done. I didn't see the sacrifices I had made. And it was if I was looking at my life going down. But then I had to control it because I knew it was not right for me. If I can control it, you can control it. You can control how you think about your business. You can control how you think about your education. You can control how you think about your products and services because you have a clear vision. You have a clear plan. Do not allow negative people to cloud how you think about things you have worked hard for, things you have made sacrifice for. Do not allow them to reflect negativity to you and pass their emotions down to you. I made up my mind to find my purpose. I made up my mind to impact people positively. I took control of the situation I found myself and tried to convert it into positivity. I hope you can do this today. I hope you can look at that fear and convert those fears into positivity. Use those fears as a stepping stone to achieve your life purpose. Use those negativity to achieve those things that you have written down, those clear visions that you have. Do not allow the environment, the new policies, the new rules to influence you. The people around you, the negativity that people have, the fears that they have affects you, extended to you. I hope that you have found this very useful. I hope that you have learned from this. I hope that you are going to stay positive and overcome those difficult times, overcome those fears by taking ownership and controlling it and being in the right environment, empowering yourself, being positive, taking control and being focused of every situation that you find yourself. I hope you are inspired. If you have found this inspiring, I want to hear from you. I want to hear those challenges from you. Drop your comments. I want to read those comments, those experiences that you have. I want to read them. I want to learn from them. Others will learn from them as well. If you have found this very useful, do not forget, this is a community where we want to help people. So do not forget to share them. We want people to be the best version of themselves. Share this with your family. Share this with your friends. Share this with everyone that needs to hear that there are new policies, there are new social distancing policies, there are new policies that create fears, where we find ourselves in difficult situations, but we are going to be positive about them. We're going to take ownership of these things. Share this with them so that they can listen. If you have found this very useful and you are inspired, like I said, drop me a comment, like this, and of course